here we are. Hello, my name is Zach Green, and welcome to Indie Film Experience. I am absolutely thrilled to talk to you today about pre-production on my latest short film, Sweet Child. Very few people, I imagine, know what the hell this movie's about, so let me fill you in here. Logline on my website is Jake, the protagonist, makes an unexpected visit to see his son on his birthday. He violates his parole, kidnaps his son, and crosses state lines to show him the time of his life. Now, you're going to have to excuse me being vague, but at this point in time, the film isn't released yet. I was inspired to write this script based off of something that I heard while I was writing sports at the Daily Record. I had heard something from my boss and editor, Bill Richardson. Hey, Bill. I'll give you a thanks.
Have fun, and I wish you luck in pursuing your dream.
So that story that Bill told me, coupled with the location of the world that it happened in, which is the world that I grew up in and know and love, I thought that I had something, and I always start my writing process by just doing bullet points, really, like large events that happen, and I just kind of allow myself to dream and think and feel and imagine. So that's what I did. And then based off of that, I made a very rough first draft where instead of the characters going to an arcade like they do in the film, they end up at a carnival. And, first draft dreamer, here. I always go big in my first draft, and then I scale it down to actually be shootable. So instead of the carnival like the first draft, we did the arcade. Turned out great. I love it. It's everything that I want. So that's writing in a nutshell. If you want more information about it, let me know. Shoot me an email. I will respond. So moving on to locations. So there were a couple of locations in this film. There was a house, which I knew we could get. We ended up finding an Airbnb in Mishawaka, Indiana, where the arcade is. The arcade, which Dom really pulled through with that one. Really lucky that we got to film there for free. Thank you, Megaplay. Megaplay is awesome. It had the right look. It had the right smell when I walked in. As soon as I walked in, I was begging to God, please, let us film here. Hey, here we are. Gonna try and lock this fucker.
Here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. What did we just do, Dom?
Lock the location.
We locked the location. And then we had a restaurant, basically, where they park outside. It's like a fast food place. And Dom pulled through again from his hometown, which is what? Hey, I can't believe I blanked. So you're on the air right now. I'm doing Indie Film Experience. I can't remember the name of your town. Where you're from?
Niles.
Niles, Michigan. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Dom. I'll talk to you later. Niles, Michigan. The film takes place between there, on the border of Michigan and Indiana. With the Airbnb that we got, it could have been easier, but it wasn't. And I booked it way out in advance whenever I thought that we were going to be having 3 days, so I booked it for 3 days. I couldn't find the right one, and I reached out to people, and they either wouldn't get back with me or they wouldn't let us film there, which is fine. But Anthony ended up finding one, and I was like, that's perfect. I loved the texture on the walls, and I loved the way it looked, and the layout was interesting. It was like perfect, like small, like family house. Really quick story about on the day of production, we get there, and it's the only house in that row that has like dead grass. And I was like, I don't know why that's interesting, but it is. Essentially, Dom knew where all of them were, and I described like what I was looking for, and he's like, yeah, I know a place like that. I was willing to drive all the way down to Southern Illinois to film this thing. I didn't care. It was going to happen. That's locations. Let's move on to budgeting. So, the budget. how'd you afford to do it? How'd you find the locations? What camera did you film on? Blackmagic Pocket camera. This camera. Not this camera. We used Dom's. I didn't have one at the time. Dom had just got his. Beautiful machine. Originally, I was wanting to like have a higher budget so that we could film for 3 days. And we didn't end up getting this grant that I applied for. I built a whole thing, sent them the script. I even went out and got a letter of support for the film and the idea from this organization that supports families who deal with drug and domestic abuse, called Breaking Free. Wonderful organization. So thankful that they support the film and the idea. And I need to reach out to them. They don't know that it's done yet. I'll probably send them this. Went and done all of that and, didn't get it. But that wasn't going to stop me from telling this story because I just felt like I had to. I ended up self-financing. So our total budget was $2,300. $2,300, and I'll let my past self explain how we got the money, where it came from, and all that. So one of the things that I want to address about this thing is how we paid for it. I shoot a lot of weddings here in Chicago, and I shoot for 2 companies. People give you tips, and I just saved all of them. I saved up enough money to pay off Alyssa's ring, the first round, and then I started saving up again, thinking this could be honeymoon money, but I decided to make it short film money instead. I saved up $1,500, and then Anthony had $300, and then I saved up $300, which is how we got to that number. I used an app called Digit that took money without me knowing about it. My bank account surely noticed, but I survived. It was fine, just budget. That's all it was. We're lucky, very, very lucky to have locations for free. That would have ate up all the budget. We also took a big hit with insurance, but with a child actor, you can't really mess around. This was the first time that I had ever worked with a casting agency. Prior to this film, it was just a scary thing to have to learn how to do. It actually wasn't as terrifying as I thought it was going to be. But huge thank you to Chloe, Anthony's wife. I couldn't have done it without you. Couldn't have done it without Anthony. But you guys gave me the confidence to actually take this route. I had like one day where it was just me and Alyssa at Ritual Coffee House here in Chicago, down on Irving Park. We were in there from like 10 to like almost 5 o'clock, just having callbacks, meeting with people, and just kind of like getting to know them. It's 7:06 in the morning. I have callbacks. My first round ever of callbacks. So far, the only person that's locked in place is my friend Dakota Evans, who's playing Jake. Okay, I apologize in advance for windy, whatever. I was absolutely blown away with everybody that showed up to the callbacks today. We're on our way back to the coffee shop to have one more meeting, and then I gotta make a decision on who I want to play in the role of child. I've been involved with some talented actors before, but never to this degree. Everybody's just amazing. I could see any one of these people winning an award for their acting at any point in time in their lives, and I just feel really lucky to even have any of these people on this film. It feels like robbery of some sort. Okay, today is August 29th. Currently on my way to go chat with my friend Dakota Evans. As of yesterday, we're fully casted. As of yesterday, I feel great about where we're at. I was a little worried about finding the child actor, but my man Ben came through, did an amazing job. I'm in an interesting predicament here. Dakota's gate was open. I'm gonna see if I can figure out where he lives again. I know he lives somewhere in here. Dakota!
What's up, bitch?
I'm inside your building.
You're at the front of the building. Why don't I just come out? Do you want to just walk to Metropolis real quick?
Because I'm inside the building.
You got inside?
I'm inside.
Are you outside my door?
I don't know what door is yours. What's your room number?
11.
11.
Room number. I love that you said room number. I live in a hotel now.
I found it.
Did you really?
Yeah. Hello. Oh my god. Hardest role to fill was the child role. Ben was the first kid that came that morning, and I was just blown away. And then every other kid after that just kind of like, it just, you know, they all did a great job, but like there were things that just kind of didn't add up. And I met with Dana Cruz, who ended up playing the aunt character, and then we had Carolyn Cruz, spelled differently, who ended up playing the parole officer in the film. Now, whenever I met up with them, all of them, the children and the actresses, it was just kind of like I knew that they could act, because I wouldn't have met up with them for a callback if I didn't think that they could do the job. So we maybe ran lines once or maybe twice, and we did a couple of things, but outside of that, it was just getting to know them, because we're going to be around each other for, 8, 10, 12 hours, whatever. And it's just kind of like, you got to be cool. And they were all cool. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's it. That's all I have to say. I'll see you in the next one.